Good morning, students. Welcome you all for next generation learning. Today we are going to see the subject physics, class 9, chapter 8, motion. Topics: revision. The first topic: position of the object. How we can define the position of the object. The location of an object with respect to a particular point is known as the position of the object. So how we can say the position of the object? Example, if you take Bharati Academy, how we can say the position of the Bharati Academy? So here I took Rettipatti bus stop. So the Bharati Academy is located half kilometer north from the Rettipatti bus stop. Here the Rettipatti bus stop is a particular point or reference point. With respect to the reference point, we can say the position of the object. So the particular point about which the position of the object is defined is called a reference point or origin. Here the Rettipatti bus stop is a reference point or origin for locating the Bharati Academy. The next one is the distance. What is meant by the distance? The distance travelled by a body is the actual length of the path covered by it, irrespective of the direction in which the body travels. Example, if you take Namakkal and Coimbatore. If you have travelled from Namakkal to Coimbatore, so the actual length of the path covered by the body is called distance. Here we need not to mention the direction. So the distance is nothing but the actual length of the path covered by it, irrespective of the direction. So here we mentioned only the distance without a direction. So the quantity is scalar quantity. It has only the magnitude. The Namakkal to Coimbatore distance is 150 km. Here the 150 is the magnitude, kilometer is the unit. So the distance has only the magnitude. If it has magnitude means it is a scalar quantity. The unit, SI unit of distance is meter. So we can measure the distance kilometer, meter, millimeter, centimeter, but the SI unit of distance is meter. What is meant by the displacement? The shortest distance between the initial position to the final position is called displacement. Example, if you take a rectangular track, the object A start from this point and the final point of the object is B. So the A travelled 2 km for this side and again 2 km. It reached to the B. So this is the actual length covered by the object. So what is the displacement? The shortest distance between the initial position and final position. Here the initial position is A and final position is B. So the shortest distance is, this is the shortest distance between the initial to final position. This is called displacement. And the displacement has direction. So the object travel A to B 2 km south. Here the 2 is magnitude, the meter is the unit and south is the direction. So it has a magnitude and also direction, so it is a vector quantity. and the SI unit of displacement also meter. The next one, uniform and non-uniform motion. What is meant by uniform and non-uniform motion? See the definition. A body covers equal distance in equal interval of time. It is said to be uniform motion. Example, if you take time 0, the distance 0. When time is 1 minute, the distance is 5 meter. When time is 2 minutes, the distance is 10 meter. When the time is 3 minutes, the distance is 15. Now see the difference between the distance. The first one 5, here also 5, 10 minus 5, 5, here also 5. See the time interval 1, 1 and 1. So their body covers equal distance, the 5 meter, 5 meter in equal interval of time, in a 1 minute, 1 minute. Then that type of motions are said to be uniform motion. So body covers equal distance in equal interval of time means it is said to be uniform motion. What is meant by non-uniform motion? A body covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. It is said to be non-uniform motion. Example, at time 0, the distance 0. This is a time and this is a distance. When time is 1 minute, the distance is 2 meter. When the time is 2 minutes, the distance is 6. Now see the difference between this, here 2, here 4, here 1 and here 1. So the equal interval of time, but it covers unequal distance. First it covers 2 meter, the next it covers 4 meter. So when a body covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, then that type of motions are said to be non-uniform motion. The next term is speed. So a speed of an object is defined as the distance travelled by it per unit time. How we can say that the object travelled fast or slow? According to the speed, we can say that the object travelled fast or slow. So the speed equal to distance by time. The speed is represented by the letter small letter v. The distance is represented by the letter small letter s. The time is small letter t. Don't put the capital letter because the capital letter T represents temperature in physics. Small letter t represents time, the capital letter T represents temperature. So V equal to S by T is nothing but speed equal to distance by time. We already know that the distance is a scalar quantity. So when we divide the scalar quantity, we get a scalar quantity. So the speed also scalar quantity. What is the unit of speed? The distance is measured in meter. The time is measured in second. So the unit is meter per second. The next term, speed with direction. It gives velocity. When the direction of motion of an object is also specified, then the term velocity of the body is defined instead of speed. When I am saying along with the magnitude, when I am saying the direction along with the magnitude, it gives the new term velocity. So the definition of velocity is, velocity of an object is defined as the displacement of the object per unit time, because the displacement need a direction. So velocity v equal to displacement d by time. The both velocity and speed is represented by the letter v. So displacement d small letter d and time t. You know that the displacement is a vector quantity. So when we divide the vector quantity by anything, we get the vector quantity. So this velocity is a vector quantity. The SI unit displacement by time. The displacement is also measured in meter. The time is measured in second. So the unit is meter per second. So the unit of speed and the unit of velocity is same, meter per second, meter per second. But what is the difference between the speed and velocity? Speed only it has a magnitude, but the velocity has both magnitude and also direction. 150 kilometer and 150 kilometer north. It gives the distance, it gives the speed, it gives the velocity, because along with direction means we can say that that is a velocity. Velocity of an object can be changed by changing the object speed or direction of motion. The next term is acceleration. What is meant by the acceleration? It is defined as the change in the velocity of an object per unit time. If velocity changed means the acceleration occurred. So an acceleration is written as change in velocity by time taken. If the velocity of an object changes from the initial value u to the final value v in time t, then the acceleration a is represented by the letter small letter a. Change in velocity means you have to minus final velocity minus initial velocity. The final velocity is v, initial velocity is u. So change in velocity v minus u by time taken means t. So a equal to v minus u by t. That is acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time. It is a vector quantity because change in velocity by time. The velocity is a vector quantity, so the acceleration also vector quantity. The SI unit meter per second square. Why? Because velocity by time. You know that the unit of velocity is meter per second. Here the time is second. So meter per second, when it come up 1 by s. So meter per second squared. So the SI unit of acceleration is meter per second squared. The SI unit of speed is meter per second. Velocity also meter per second. But the acceleration meter per second squared. The next topic is the distance time graph. You have to plot distance time graph for the given reading. You have to take your graph sheet and the time is represented along the x-axis and the distance is represented along the y-axis. There are the three type of distance time graph. Distance time graph for uniform speed. The uniform speed is nothing but an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time means then we get the straight line. The straight line represents that the object move with uniform speed. So from this graph we can calculate the speed of an object at any point. Here I just took the speed of the object from 3 minutes to 4 minutes. 3 minutes to 4 minutes, what is the speed of the object? So how to calculate the speed of the object? You have to choose any 2 points from the straight line and draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis and also y-axis. We can write speed equal to delta s by delta t. The delta s is nothing but distance and the del t is time. The change in time and change in distance. So delta s is written as s2 minus s1. Delta t is written as t2 minus t1. And see the value of s2. Here the value of s2 is 40 and s1 is 30. The value of t2 is 4, t1 is 3. So we can substitute 40 minus 30 by 4 minus 3. 40 minus 30 we get 10. 4 minus 3 we get 1. So 10 by 1, 10. So speed equal to 10. Here the unit of distance is meter. The unit of distance is meter. So meter. The unit of time is minute. Meter per minute. So this is the distance time graph for uniform speed. If non-uniform speed means we get the slope in the curved form. For this graph also we can find the speed. You have to choose any 2 point in the line and draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis and y-axis. From that we can calculate the speed. These things I already discussed in the classes. Just refer it. The next one, and distance time graph for object at rest. If object does not move with respect to the time means we get the graph in straight line. So this slope gives that the object at rest. So how to calculate the speed at any 2 point? You have to choose any 2 point from the line and draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis and also y-axis. From this we can find the speed of the object. Here I am not mentioned to find the speed between the point, this point to that point. But in your examination they will ask find the speed between the point 3 to 4 means you have to choose the point 3 here and 4. So you draw the perpendicular line to x-axis from the 3 and also 4. Then y-axis. The next one, velocity time graph. What is the distance between the distance time graph and velocity time graph? In distance time graph, the distance by time it gives the speed. So from the distance time graph, we can calculate the speed of an object. But in a velocity time graph, the time is represented along x-axis and velocity represented along y-axis. It is used to determine the acceleration of a body. Why? Because acceleration equal to change in velocity by time. Here we have the term time and velocity we have. So from the velocity time graph we can calculate the acceleration of a body. The next one, to determine the total distance traveled by a body in a given interval of time. So from this we can calculate displacement. How? We know that velocity equal to displacement by time. When we multiply velocity into time, we get the displacement. So from the velocity time graph, we can calculate acceleration and also displacement. First, we will see how to calculate the acceleration from the velocity time graph. You know the formula acceleration equal to change in velocity by change in time. We can write v minus u by t2 minus t1. The change in time is t2 minus t1. The change in velocity means v minus u. The v is the final velocity and u is the initial velocity. And see here, this is a velocity time graph. So I chosen 2 point in the line, and see the velocity is a 40 and the initial velocity is 0. So 40 the final velocity is this, the initial velocity is this. 40 minus 0 by T2. The value of T2 is this, value of T1 is this. And T1 value is 1.3 and T2 value is 4. So 4 minus 1.3. 40 minus 0, 40. 4 minus 1.3, 2.7. When divide 40 by 2.7, we get 14.81. See the unit kilometer per hour, R. You know that the unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Instead of meter, here they given kilometer. Instead of second, they given hour. So hour squared. So the unit is kilometer per hour squared. So how to find the displacement from the velocity time graph? We can write the formula velocity equal to displacement by time. If you rearrange the formula, we get displacement equal to velocity into time. And the velocity is, here this is the velocity and this is the time. So AC into CD. The final value is 40, initial value is 0. So 40 minus 0 into the final value T2 minus T1. The T2 is 4 and T1 is 1.3. That means this is the displacement, the area covered by the object. That is area of the rectangular. The area of the rectangular is L into B. So this is a L, this is a L and this is a B. So L into B. 40 into 4 minus 1.3, 40, 4 minus 1.3, 2.7. So 40 into 2.7, we get 108. The unit of displacement, we know that meter, but here the distance is measured in kilometer. So we write kilometer. Do you understand how to calculate the displacement? Using the area of the rectangular formula, we can easily find the displacement. Just you have to multiply the time value and velocity value, we get the displacement. Here the velocity is AC, time is CD. The next topic is equation of motion by graphical method. We know the three equation of motion: V equal to U plus AT, S equal to UT plus half AT square, 2AS equal to V square minus U square. Here U is initial velocity, V is a final velocity, S is a displacement, A is acceleration, T is time. So how to derive the equation of motion by graphical method? This is a very important question. Listen. So you have to take the velocity time graph. The velocity is represented at y axis and time is represented along x axis. The object starts at the point A and end the point B. So initially it has a velocity OA, final velocity is OB. So from this graph you have to derive the first equation of motion and second equation of motion and third equation of motion. So first we will see the first equation of motion. So this thing only we know that x-axis, y-axis, the object traveled, start at A and traveled, end at B. So I drawn the perpendicular line to the from B to x-axis and B to y-axis. I given the name C and E. The next I drawn the parallel line to the time from the A, so I given the name D. So here we know the known value. The OA is the initial velocity and BC is the final velocity. OC is the time. So this thing only we know that. So first equation of motion. So for derivation of the first equation of motion, first we will write BC. BC equal to BD plus DC. So BC equal to BD plus DC. The next step, BC equal to BD. Instead of DC, here the DC is equal to OA. So we can write OA. Now you have to substitute the known value. The whole BC is V, we know that. OA is U, we know. You know that. So you have to substitute BC equal to V equal to BD and OA equal to U. So from if you rearrange that, BD equal to V minus U. So how to calculate the value of BD? In acceleration, we know that this is a initial velocity and this is a final velocity and this is a time. So in acceleration, we know that change in velocity by time. The change in velocity is V minus U. So V minus U we can write BD and time is AD. So AD. Instead of AD we can write OC because AD is parallel to the OC. So BD by OC. Here we know the value of OC, that is time T. So A equal to BD, the instead of OC we can write T. If you rearrange that, BD equal to AT. So here we know the value, we know the BD value, so BD equal to AT. You have to substitute this into this equation. So BD equal to V minus U, BD equal to AT, V minus U. If you rearrange that, that means U will come this side. So U plus AT. V equal to U plus AT. So the first equation of motion is derived from this graphical method. The next, how to derive the second equation of motion, S equal to ut plus half at squared. It is very easy. Just you have to know only the two things. This is one triangle and this is a rectangular. So when we multiply the area of the rectangular into area of the triangle, we get the distance. The S means distance. So here S equal to, we have to prove S equal to ut plus half at squared. So S equal to the distance travelled by the object. Area OABC and OABC is a trapezium. This trapezium is divided into two. One is area of the rectangular and area of the triangle. Area of the rectangular, area of the triangle. And area of the rectangular, you know that L into P. So take here, this is a L and this is a B. So OA into OC. Area of the triangle, we know that half B into H. Here this is a B, this is a H. Half into the B value AD and H value BD. You know the value of OA, U, and OC, T, and AD also T. OC and AD value is T. OA value is U. BD value we already calculated from the first equation, AT. You have to substitute. S equal to OAU OCT plus half half. The value of AD is T, the value of BD is AT. U into T, UT, half T into AT. T into T, T squared A. So S equal to UT plus half AT squared. The third equation of motion, 2AS equal to V squared minus U squared. How to derive this equation? Just you have to consider the distance T equal to area of a trapezium. OABC is the trapezium. S equal to the area of the trapezium, area of the rectangular L into P, area of the triangle half into BH. So the area of the trapezium is sum of parallel sides into height by 2. Here the parallel sides are OA and BC. The height is OC by 2. So OA plus BC into OC by 2. You have to substitute the known value. OA value is U. BC value is V. OC value is T. We know that. So substitute the known value OAU, BCV, OCT by 2. Here for in this equation no need for the T term. So you have to remove the T from this equation. So how to remove the T from this equation? You can take the first equation of motion V equal to U plus AT. If you rearrange that, AT equal to V minus U, T equal to V minus U by A. So instead of T we can substitute V minus U by A in this equation. So S equal to U plus V, U plus V. Instead of T we can substitute V minus U by 2A. The A is here and 2 is this. And when the 2A come here, 2AS equal to U plus V, V minus U. Here the V term is plus and U term is minus. So V square minus U square, we can write V plus U, V minus U. This is a max formula. V square minus U square equal to V plus U into V minus U. So V square minus U square we written. So from this the U square will come here. So V square equal to U square plus 2AS. So this is the third equation of motion. The next topic is uniform circular motion. What is meant by the uniform circular motion? When a body moves in a circular, it is called circular motion. So how to calculate the speed of a body in a uniform circular motion? You know that V, the speed equal to distance by time. Distance by time. The V equal to distance by time. If you take a circular path, here the distance is equal to the circumference of the circle. So the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. The time is t. So V equal to 2 pi r. From this equation we can calculate the speed of a body in uniform circular motion. If it covers half circle means pi r. One complete full circle means 2 pi r. In 2 circle means 2 into 2 pi r. 3 circle means 3 into 3 pi r, 2 pi r. So from this equation we can calculate the speed of your body in uniform circular motion. Thank you for watching. Please prepare well for your examination. If you have any doubt in this lesson, you can ask before going to write the examination. Thank you for watching.